At the conclusion of their 7th consecutive AFC Championship game, 3rd consecutive Super Bowl appearance, 5 out of the last 6 Super Bowl appearances, the Kansas City Chiefs are in a bit of a predicament, at least as far as roster construction is concerned, and they are getting no benefit of the doubt from the mainstream media. Surprise. But in today's video, I'm going to talk, I think, a little bit of a circle around this particular idea, this particular article that does try to dispel the Kansas City Chiefs' most recent draft class. I think it will go down as an uneducated guess, if you will. In an article titled NFL Rookie Grades, ranking each 2024 draft class from 1 to 32 from NFL.com by Gennaro Felice, we get the following. The ranking for the Kansas City Chiefs, 29th. Kansas City Chiefs class grade C-. Kansas City's first 2 picks loom large in Super Bowl licks, even though only one of them played in the blowout loss. Let's start with the good. Xavier Worthy steadily progressed over the course of the season, becoming the Chiefs' go-to guy down the stretch, catching at least 5 passes in 7 straight starts leading into Super Bowl Sunday. Worthy saved his best for last, corralling all 8 of his targets for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, I don't think this mentions it, but I believe that is a Super Bowl rookie record. But yes, most of this production came after the game was already decided. But the rookie's first 100-yard effort might have been the only silver lining of a KC nightmare. Speaking of nightmares, the Chiefs' offensive line was a ticking time bomb all season long, ultimately exploding on football's biggest stage. While both bookends proved problematic, the left tackle spot was a constant issue Andy Reid had to scheme around. Well, I think scheming around it is a little bit presumptuous, but anyway, second-round pick Kingsley Suamataia started the first 2 games in September, but struggled so mightily he spent the rest of the season as a reserve, not playing a snap in the Super Bowl. No one's saying Suamataia can't make significant strides this offseason and reemerge as a factor in year 2, but he clearly wasn't ready to protect Mahomes' blind side in year 1. So, I wanted to pull up the actual draft class here. Round 1, Xavier Worthy. Round 2, Kingsley Suamataia. Round 4, Jared Wiley. Round 4, Jared Hicks. Round 5, Hunter Nourzad. Round 6, Kamal Hadden, no longer with the team. In round 7, CJ Hansen out of Holy Cross. Now, what are we looking at with this draft class? Is this the 29th best draft class out of 32 teams in the NFL? I think bottom line is you have to give this draft class an I for incomplete. We have not seen basically any Jared Wiley. We haven't seen any Hunter Nourzad. We haven't seen any CJ Hansen. Now, the 6th round pick already off the Chiefs, I believe at this point already out of the NFL. 6th round pick, 211 overall. I guarantee you if you go back, say, 20 years, 10 of these guys were out of the NFL within the first 2 years of their stay. So that's not the biggest sin there for this draft class. What are the strengths and weaknesses of this draft class? The obvious weakness is immediate impact. The strength is that there are potential starters all around. Xavier Worthy, for his part this season, I would give Xavier Worthy probably a B flat for his rookie season. Now, only a B flat, but I think that, like the article alludes to, he did come in stronger down the stretch. But you're looking at 59 receptions, 638 yards, 6 touchdowns. You're adding to that 20 runs for 104 yards and 3 more touchdowns. 9 touchdowns is a lot for a rookie. The yardage totals, maybe not so much. He was not a staple of the offense until around the midseason point. We saw this very same thing last season from Rashee Rice. So, if you're going pick for pick, round one's probably a B. One of the things that knocks it down a little bit is that you had to trade up to get there, so you gave up some positioning. Round 2, Kingsley Suamataia. Not a great showing as a rookie. That much is true. Well, I would say not such a great showing in week 2 as a rookie, and then he was put on the shelf. He made a little bit of a comeback later in the season and did not look particularly great there either, I will concede. You don't know what it was that he was trying to work on. We have no insight into his coaching at that point. It may be that they were trying to completely break down, because his footwork looked a lot different too. He has never had quick feet, but he had what I think you would say are quick feet for his size. But any other times that you saw him after that first game, I think that his footwork looked slower. So it might have been that they were working on things with him in the footwork department in particular, and all of a sudden he's stuck a little bit in the molasses because he's trying to remember his coaching while he's on the field. Rough place to be. We've seen too many players, too many offensive linemen enter the league and struggle at first, only to emerge later in their careers as legitimate starters at some point on the offensive line. Eric Fisher struggled early in his career. So, am I willing to write off Kingsley Suamataia? No. Do I think he is necessarily a left tackle? I don't think so. I think probably you're looking at a right tackle or an offensive guard, but those can still be starting positions. You have 2 starting offensive guards, and you have a starting right tackle. Jared Wiley. What is the verdict on... So Kingsley Suamataia, probably that C, right? Jared Wiley. What is it that you're getting out of Jared Wiley in the long term? I don't think we have any way of knowing just yet. I think that he, like Xavier Worthy, like Rashee Rice, would have factored more heavily into the second half of his rookie season had he not been injured. I think, looking at the athlete that Jared Wiley is, it is possible that he does blossom into a starter for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it's possible that he does have not just upside as a starter, but upside as a plus starter. And we haven't seen that yet. So you're going B for Xavier Worthy, C for Kingsley Suamataia, and I for Jared Wiley. What about Jaden Hicks? Ended the season with 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions, by the way, on 330 snaps. So every 110 snaps, he's coming up with an interception. Maybe that doesn't sound particularly enticing. When you look at the fact that there's probably 50 to 60 defensive snaps per game, you're looking at an interception every other game by those metrics. Now, obviously, that is not guaranteed. That is what happened for him as a rookie in limited playing time. But you're also looking at a guy who gave up a 59.2 rating when targeted, on 20 targets. So this is a guy who is good in coverage in general, a guy who was also in on, if I can find it here, it's difficult to find defensive stats anymore. Okay, well, I've just got interceptions 3 there. Here we go. In on 29 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. In my opinion, Jaden Hicks is a budding superstar. Jaden Hicks will be a superstar level talent in the defensive backfield for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's an A+, in my opinion. The number 5 pick, Hunter Nourzad. So if there's one thing that's going to bring down the Jaden Hicks from an A+ to a B or a B+, it would be the fact that he only played 330 snaps as a rookie. I think that does have to weigh in on it, but I do think that this is an A-level pick regardless. Hunter Nourzad in the 5th. Didn't get a whole lot from Hunter Nourzad. Didn't get on the field a whole bunch, played some special teams, got some reps towards the end of the year. I think this is a guy who can come in and contribute. I think this is a guy that the Kansas City Chiefs might be counting on to replace Trey Smith in year 2. I think that right now is probably another incomplete grade, but B- based on the athlete that you got. And then 7th round, 248, CJ Hansen listed as a guard. I am on the record saying multiple times I think he does have upside at offensive tackle. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs will give him some looks there this preseason, and we will see what happens there. If you ended up getting an offensive tackle at 248 overall, it does not matter what else happens with this draft class. Xavier Worthy and Jared Wiley could never get a moment better, could never improve their Madden rating at all. Kingsley Suamataia could wash out. If Xavier Worthy is a number 2 receiver, Jaden Hicks is a number 1 safety, and CJ Hansen is a starting level tackle, you've got an A+ draft. That is what I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. We're coming up on 2 consecutive years of daily uploads. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.